Welcome to Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. My name is Debbie, and I'm going to show you how to make an easy vertical stacked pocket today. You need one sheet of coffee dyed paper or other paper, and if you want to decorate it, you can just use the coffee dyed paper and ink it, and that looks fabulous too. Or you can use strips of other digitals or scrapbook paper. For my inspired junk journalers, you guys can go over to Ko-fi and pick up this printable for free. And then we're going to make a pocket that has all of the information for your studies. So Pouring My Art Out for the Lord on one pocket, Inspired Junk Journalers, that's you guys. God's Big Picture Bible Study, that's the study we're doing, and these are the dates. And I've put two of these on one page. These ones are blank, so you can use them for another stacked pocket somewhere else in your journal, or you can use it for anything. So I just want to show you how to do this. So first of all, get a piece of coffee dyed paper. That's what I'm using. You could use other things. I'm just going to fold it in half because coffee dyed paper shrinks a little bit. I like to do this just folding it in half instead of scoring it in the middle at 5 1/4. You know, it's pretty close, but if you put it on the scoring board and fold it in half, it just works really nicely that way. So I'm just going to tear this in half. So on 1/2, I want you to score it at 1 inch. Just like that. And you can fold that over at that 1 inch mark. And then your second piece, I want you to score at 2 inches. So this is super easy peasy. Okay, and then you take this pocket that has the score at 1 inch and this one that has a score at 2 inches, and you put them together like this. And then you should have, oh, I forgot to tell you something. We want this to be 5 inches, not 5 1/2 or whatever. So, sorry about that, guys. What I should have told you is right at the beginning, cut your paper to 10 inches long. Then fold it in half, then you'll have exactly 5 inches. So I'm just going to trim mine to 5 inches now. So this one will be 5 inches, and this one will be 5 inches, for a total of 10 inches if you're doing it right at the beginning. So I'm a little ahead of myself here. So now you'll have this one with a score at 1 inch, this one the score at 2 inches, and now they should all be exactly 1 inch, or very close. So all of these pockets are now 1 inch strips. So this will go on the side of your journal page, and then you have 4 different tuck spots there. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'm going to use those to line my, not line my pockets, but just to put the strips right on the pocket. So I got my strips cut out, and you can arrange them in any order that you like. I'm just going to use glue stick to glue them on because I am going to stitch around this as well. If you don't want to stitch around it, you may want to just use a little bit of tacky glue or something to put them on, or even just on the edges. So I'm going to put Pouring My Art Out for the Lord on my 1 inch score here. And I just took it apart so I can line that up nicely. there's one. Then on our 2-inch piece here, I'm going to do Inspired Junk Journalers. So that goes just along the bottom of that one. Okay, so we have that so far. The next one I'm going to do is God's Big Picture Bible Study. So that will be, it's good to put them together, stack them together and figure out where you're going to put these, because it's a little bit confusing if you don't. At least it is for me. So just line that one up. Okay, and then the very last one will be at the bottom here. Take that off. And I thought for our Inspired Junk Journalers group, you can put this pocket close to the beginning of your journal somewhere, and then you have the name of your group, and you have the date that you did the study, the name of the study, the name of the company who is in charge of the study. So everything is all in one place there. Because I printed these with a little bit of a border, it's not quite at the end, so I'm just going to trim that off. And I am going to ink a little bit around just the edges of these pockets here. All right, I got that all inked up. Now I'm just going to go stitch this on my sewing machine. I think I'm going to stitch all the way around the perimeter. I don't really have to stitch here because it's not attached to anything, but I do find if you're using paper, which we're always using paper, if you stitch on the edges like that, it just reinforces that so that it won't tear past the stitches. And same at the top, doesn't really need it, but just to finish it off, I think I'll just sew all the way around, and then I'll trim this off and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so I've got it stitched all the way around. I put a dab of glue on the back of the stitches there, and I inked the other two edges, trimmed this off, and it's ready to go. So this would be a good spot for your pocket right at the very beginning of your signature. I've already got stuff there, so I won't use that one. And this is probably where I would have put it, which is right in the inside of your study here. And then you can just put your different notes. You can put, you know, full-size pieces of paper folded and trimmed a little bit on the edges like I did here. And I think that would be a fabulous place to stick it. And you can put, you know, little bits of ephemera or your tags as you're going through your study. You can put, you know, little tags here, whatever you want. So really neat, versatile pocket. So if you want to, go ahead and make this pocket. If you're an Inspired Junk Journaler, hop over to Ko-fi and get your free printable, and we'll see you around. Blessings.